What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Zombies of Spaceland Easter egg, and yes, you can do this one solo. Now, the Fate of Fortune cards that I highly recommend is all the ammos, ammo crate, hide and seek, raining bullets, and reanimated. Now, one of the first major steps is turning on the power and unlocking Pack-a-Punch, which I'll show you right now. Now, in order to turn on the power in this map, you have to flip 5 different switches around the map. The 5 locations are as follows. As soon as you spawn in to your left through this doorway right here on the wall, that is the first switch. The second power switch is going to be located in Journey into Space. It's going to be past the rocket test on the wall right here, near the bumper carts. The third power switch is going to be located in the back of the arcade machine right beside the portal right here. The fourth power switch is going to be located in the Kepler system. As soon as you get to the top of the Kepler system, you're going to buy this door to the left and then go up these stairs. It's going to be located on top of the wall right here. The last power switch is going to be located in Polar Peak. We're going to go through the Kepler system to get over there. Now, the reason why we're not using the front door to get to Polar Peak is because we want to keep it closed for the boss fight. It will help you out. Trust me, keep it closed. Now, once you enter the Polar Peak, you're going to go up these stairs and then the power switch is going to be to the left against the wall right here. Now, it's time to unlock Pack-a-Punch. The way you unlock Pack-a-Punch is by turning on these portals and stepping inside of them. There's 4 in total, and I'll show you the locations right now on screen. The first one is going to be located inside Polar Peak, down the stairs that you came from, and it's going to be located right here. The second teleporter is going to be located by the 4th power switch down these stairs right here, inside the Kepler system. The third portal is going to be located at Journey into Space right here, and the 4th and final portal is going to be located in the arcade room. Now, as soon as you go through the last portal and you turn around, the Pack-a-Punch will be available. Now, for the next step of the Easter egg, we're going to have to find 3 different parts around the map to build a satecom. The first location for one of the parts is going to be located inside spawn. The first location is going to be right here on the floor as you're leading outside of spawn. The second location is going to be located on top of this bench right here. And the third and final location in spawn is going to be located right here on top of this bench. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind while you're picking up these parts, it's not going to be the same part in each location. It's either going to be a boombox, umbrella, or a calculator. Now, for the next part locations, they're going to be located in the Journey into Space location, also the arcade room. The first location is going to be right here on the floor, right by the rocket trap. And then the second location is going to be upstairs in the arcade room on top of this trash can. The next part location for the satecom is going to be located in the Kepler system. It's going to be located on top of this picnic bench right in front of the trap. The second location is going to be located on top of the bar right here. The last 2 part locations are going to be located down in the basement and one inside Polar Peak. The basement location is located right in front of Stamina right here on this shelf. The part location inside Polar Peak is going to be located on top of this shelf right by the register right here. Now, once you collect all 3 parts, you have to go talk to David Hasselhoff. Now, David has 3 booth locations that he can spawn in at. One is outside of Polar Peak in front right here. The second location is going to be located in the Kepler system over here, and the third and final location is going to be located in Journey in Spaceland right here. Now, once you talk to David Hasselhoff, you got to go through 1 complete round, wait for the UFO to activate on top of Polar Peak, and then go talk to David Hasselhoff once again for him to give you the completely fully built satecom. Now, for the next step of the Easter egg, you're gonna have to defend the satecom 3 different times at 3 different rounds. There are 7 different locations where the defense can take place. I'll show you where they are right now on screen. The first location is gonna be located in Journey into Space right here to the left as soon as you enter it. The second location is gonna be located outside the bumper carts on the ground right here. The third location is gonna be located down inside the basement right in front of the Stamina on the ground right here. The fourth location is gonna be located outside of Polar Peaks right here. The fifth location is gonna be located in the Kepler system past the gator trap right here on the ground. The 6th location is going to be located inside of Polar Peak right here on the ground, right near the portal. And the 7th and final location for the satecom defense, it's going to be located at the water fountains right outside of Polar Peak. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing the satecom defense in the water fountain location, do not place your satecom on top of the water spigots, because if you do, you're not going to be able to pick it back up. It's a bug in the game, so be careful about that. Now, when you defend the satecom for the 3 separate times, each time you do it, the time will increase by 30 seconds. 60 to 90 to 120 seconds. Now, for the 90-second lockdown, I highly recommend using your max ammo Fate of Fortune card for that one. And then when you do the 120-second one, I highly recommend using your ammo crate one. Now, before you do the lockdowns, I'm going to show you how to build all the water weapons on the map, and also you can carry 2 at a time. For the Easter egg, I highly recommend either getting the Shredder or the Discord. The first water weapon that we're going to build is going to be the Shredder. The first part that we're going to collect for the Shredder is going to be the battery. The battery can be located on top of this boat in between Polar Peak and the Kepler system. As the boat is passing you, if you look on the back side of the boat, you'll see a little tiny battery. Go ahead and shoot it off the boat and then go to the water fountain, and then you'll collect the battery through the water when it shoots up. Now, once you collect this battery, we're gonna have to go to the arcade room and collect a bunch of tickets. We're gonna need 600 tickets in total. The machines I highly recommend using is the black hole machine. It's fairly simple. All you gotta do is interact with it and try to get the ball to land in the middle to get the most tickets out of it. The next machine I highly recommend is cryptid attack. All you gotta do is throw metal balls at the teeth, and then you'll get 100 tickets if you destroy all the teeth in one go. And the last and final machine that I recommend is just using the basketball one. Fairly simple, just make as many shots as you possibly can within the time period that it gives you. Now once you get 600 tickets, you're going to go to this stand right here at the beginning of the arcade room and pick up the gold teeth. Now the next item that you're going to pick up is going to be the arcane core. There'll be a lot of these ticket booths around the map. This one's just right outside of the arcade machine. You're going to pick it up. That's what it looks like. Now go ahead and go inside a Pack-a-Punch and then interact with these UFOs on this table right here. Now if you head to the backside of the Kepler system, you'll see this tornado trap right here, and you'll see a UFO flying outside of the map. What you need to accomplish now is get about 20 kills with this trap. After you accomplish the amount of kills that you need for the trap, the UFO will fly around the area, and you have to get kills with the gun that you have the arcane core on to collect souls for the UFO. Once you get enough souls, the UFO will turn into an orb. Go ahead and pick that up with your arcane core weapon. Now the next part that we're going to collect for the shredder is going to be the toy. The toy is located inside a coin machine in the Kepler system. All you got to do is get 3 red coins, and then the toy will come out. Now for the last part for the shredder, all you have to do now is wait for a brute to spawn in either at round 10 or 11, take him to the gator trap, have the gator trap activate on him, have the teeth break on the gator, wait for it to slam back down, apply the gold teeth, and then inside you'll see a little machine that you need to shoot open one of these metal panels to collect this red crystal for the shredder. Now head to the basement and you'll find this alien cutout that you got to place your parts on to collect the shredder. Now for the next water weapon we're going to build is going to be the Discord. The first part that we're going to collect for the Discord is going to be the battery. The way that you collect the battery is by shooting 5 different targets around the map. There are 12 locations. I'll show you where they are right now. The only way that you can see these targets are using the shades that you pick up from the zombies when you take them out. Be careful when you are wearing the shades, because if you take any damage from the zombies, they will fall off of you and then you would have to get a new pair. Now starting off with the locations of these targets. The first target location is going to be located in spawn on top of this bush. The second location is going to be located near the Pack-a-Punch portal to the left on top of this little ledge right here. The third location is going to be located behind Pack-a-Punch underneath the bridge that leads into Polar Peak. The fourth location is going to be located on Polar Peak Mountain right beside the head to the left of the cheek. The fifth location is going to be located in the Astro Arcade right above the power switch. The sixth location is going to be located upstairs inside this trash can right beside the black hole machine. The seventh location is going to be located also in the arcade right behind this barricade right here. The 8th location is going to be located behind the countertop where you buy things with your tickets right here on the floor. The 9th location is going to be behind the alien cutout right here. The 10th location is going to be located outside the arcade machine to the right inside this window right here. The 11th location is going to be located inside the bumper carts to the left right here. The 12th location is going to be located on the backside of the arcade, heading towards Polar Peak, and the outside right where I'm aiming. Now, once you hit your 5th target, go ahead back to the arcade, and then you'll find your battery on top of the dance floor. Now, the next part that we're going to get is going to be the disco ball. The disco ball is really easy to get. All you got to do is put in 3 different colors of the coins inside this machine right outside the arcade, and it's going to be red, blue, green. It doesn't matter the order as long as you put in the 3 different colors in this machine. Now, for the next part that we're going to get for the Discord is going to be the green crystal. The way that you acquire this green crystal is by going into the arcade, activating the trap, get 20 plus kills, let the UFO fly around. Now remember, when you're collecting souls for the UFO, you have to get a new pair of the arcane cores out of these ticket booths for 300 tickets. Collect souls once you get the arcane core equipped to your pistols. If you already have an orb equipped to your arcane, you're gonna have to get brand new arcanes. And then once you collect all the souls, pick up the orb, go to the gator trap, open up your panel, and collect your green crystal. If you are confused how I got the gator trap open, go ahead and go to the timestamp down below for the last part for the shredder, and that explains how I got this open. Now go to the arcade where the alien cutout is at, and then you can place your parts down to collect the Discord. Now for the next water weapon that we are going to build, it's going to be the face melter. The first part that we're going to collect for the face melter is going to be the battery. Now the way that you collect the battery for the face melter is by going to the first portal in the journey to space, activate the portal, throw a grenade in it, pick up the grenade, and keep on throwing it towards the Pack-a-Punch portal. Every time you pick up the grenade, it will reset the cook timer, so don't be worried about it blowing up in your hand. Just keep on tossing it until you get to that portal, throw it at the portal, and as soon as you throw it at the portal, the battery will spawn outside the portal right in front of it. Now the next part that we're going to collect for the face melter is going to be the rocket toy. The rocket toy can be collected by putting 3 blue coins inside this machine right here, right near the David Hasselhoff booth in the Journey to Space location. Now the next part that we're going to collect is going to be the blue crystal. Now in order to collect the blue crystal, you have to get the blue orb, and now the way that you get the blue orb is by activating the rocket test, get about 20 kills, follow the UFO, and collect souls while you have the arcane core equipped to your weapon. Now remember, when you're collecting souls for the UFO, you have to get a new pair of the arcane cores out of these ticket booths for 300 tickets. Now go to the gator trap, shoot your panel open, and then collect your blue crystal. If you're wondering how I got the gator trap to open like this, go to the last part for the shredder in the description. It is explained there. Now head to the alien cutout that's right beside Mule Kick and where you picked up the first rocket piece for this, and then place your parts down and you can collect the face melter. Now the next wonder weapon we're going to build is called the head cutter. The first part that we're going to collect for the head cutter is going to be the battery. Now in order to collect the battery, you must get 300 tickets and go to the arcade and pick up these cryogenic grenades. Once you get the cryo grenades, go in front of Polar Peak entrance and you'll see this little statue. Go ahead and throw the grenade at the statue and get a good pile of zombies. Let them get frozen. Take them out with a bullet weapon. It cannot be an explosive weapon. It does not work. You have to use a bullet weapon. Once you take out enough, the battery will spawn in inside this statue's hand at Polar Peak. Now the second part that we're going to collect for the head cutter is going to be the Yeti. All you need to do is get 3 coins that are green and put them inside this machine inside Polar Peak to collect this toy. Now the third part that we're going to collect is going to be the yellow crystal. The way that you collect the yellow crystal is by activating the trap inside Polar Peak. Get a certain amount of kills, like 20. Get kills with the arcane core on your weapon to fill up the UFO and then collect the orb. Now remember, when you're collecting souls for the UFO, you have to get a new pair of the arcane cores out of these ticket booths for 300 tickets. Once you collect the yellow orb at Polar Peak, go ahead and head to the gator trap. Once there, shoot open your panel and collect the yellow crystal. If you're confused how I have the gator trap open, click on the description of the last part, how to build the shredder. It is explained there. Now head inside Polar Peak and immediately as soon as you go inside, take a right and you'll see the alien cutout there. Place your parts there to collect the head cutter. Now going back to the main quest Easter egg, after you defend the satecom for 3 times, you're gonna pick it up and then go talk to David Hasselhoff after a round passes. You'll notice in the bottom left of your screen, you'll see a little speaker right beside your character model. Once you collect this item, you are set to start the boss fight. So I highly recommend getting geared up before you go. Now once you're set for the boss fight, go ahead and head to Pack-a-Punch. You'll find these little gold coins surrounding the Pack-a-Punch and you're gonna place your speakers on top of them. There's gonna be a spot on the left side of Pack-a-Punch, the back side, right side, and in front of the portal. Once you get them all placed, it's gonna ask you to play the audio. Don't do it just yet until I explain this to you. So the first stage of the boss fight is you're gonna listen to the UFO and watch the colors that flash on the bottom of it and put in the certain color order around the Pack-a-Punch with a specific speaker. On screen right now, what you are seeing is a diagram that I made for you so you guys can understand how the speakers work and so you guys can write down your colors before you initiate the boss fight. So no matter what, the very first speaker will be yellow, the second one will be blue, the third one will be green, and the fourth one will be red. So as long as you keep track of which ones you put in which spots, first, second, third, and fourth, you guys can always make a diagram like this before you start the boss fight. Now going back to the first wave of the boss fight, what's going to happen is the UFO that's flying above you, it's going to play 4 different colors and you have to pay attention in the order of those colors and then play them on the speakers. If you did the right color sequence and you did it fast enough, the UFO will flash. I can't stress this enough, you need to do it really fast, like super fast. And if you're playing with multiple players, you have to do it even faster. And if you're playing with 2 players, you have to take turns basically. And it's the same concept for 3 and 4 players. So if I'm playing with 2 players, I have to play one, he has to play one, I have to play one, he has to play one. And it has to be rapid session. If you're playing with 3 players, you, him, and then the third person. And then you go back and you play the 4th color. And if it's 4 players, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, all players. It has to be super quick. I cannot stress that enough. Now keep in mind, if you don't do it fast enough or in the wrong sequence, it will be incorrect and a brute will spawn in. One thing I need you to keep in mind, this boss fight gets very hectic and sometimes you can't take out the brute fast enough before the UFO starts playing its colors again. If the UFO starts playing its colors again and you're still busy trying to take out the brute or trying to protect yourself, do not worry about trying to play the music. If you don't get to it and the time runs out, it will not spawn a brute in and then it will restart playing the music again for you. Now every time you complete a sequence, the next zombie that you take out will spawn in a max ammo for you, so keep that in mind too. Now after you complete your 3rd sequence, quickly run over to Polar Peak because a lot of clowns are going to start spawning in. Once you take out the clowns, a alien will spawn in at Pack-a-Punch. Now depending on how many players are in the game is how many aliens you're going to have to take out. So there's 2 players, there's 2 aliens, 3 players, 3 aliens, 4 players, 4 aliens. The best weapons to use against these aliens are the wonder weapons. So luckily I showed you how to build all 4 of them. Hopefully if you're playing with 4 players, you all got one. Now the way that you take out these aliens is by doing damage to them. You'll see a color indicator that's on their chest. The closer it gets to red, the lower the health they are. What I highly recommend when you're doing this boss fight is running from Pack-a-Punch to spawn and just continuously making loops to get them to teleport towards you and you can take them out with range. Do not let them get near you. If they get near you, they can really easily one-shot you. So please stay stay away from them and just shoot him from range. Now, once you do enough damage to the alien, he'll go into a crouched position, and once that bubble goes away, you're gonna run up to his back and melee the fuse that's on his backpack. Now, quickly run away after you do that because he'll create an explosion that will one-shot you. Another thing to keep in mind, you need to melee his back pretty quickly. It is time sensitive. Also, a max ammo will spawn in once you take out the next zombie that's in your face. Now, once you melee the second fuse off the alien's back, he is susceptible to damage now. Just do enough damage and then he is taken out. Now, once you take out all the aliens, you're gonna go to the Pack-a-Punch and pick up the alien fuse, go inside Pack-a-Punch, put them inside a Pack-a-Punch your wonder weapon, and then you're gonna exit out of Pack-a-Punch, and then you're gonna shoot these lights on the Zombies of Spaceland sign at spawn. Once you charge up all 5 lights, a beam is gonna charge up to the center of Pack-a-Punch, and you need to get the UFO to fly on top of it. There's no strategy to get the UFO on top of Pack-a-Punch. Just wait till it flies over, shoot the last light, and then it get lasered out of the sky. Once you destroy the UFO, you are completely done with the Easter egg. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for Raven the Redwood, and if you are interested, don't forget to hit that follow button so you can stay in tune once BO6 drops and I make my Easter egg guides for that game.